language learning getting easier these days, that's a mixed picture. I think we've got many tools that help us to learn languages in a more effective way, but I think also the speed with which life moves today and the kind of urbanization that we're seeing in the world with multiple languages around us all militate against us actually giving the time to learn a language. I went out to Southern Africa, where most of the people who went to school learnt English. And so the majority of the people I would speak with in the townships would know some English, but it wasn't their heart language. And nor were we given much encouragement to learn African languages in the Dorothea Mission, because we are moving constantly to other language groups. But I insisted that I must make the effort. And so I made a basic rule for myself that I must start learning any new language I found within 24 hours of reaching that language area. Because if you delay even a week, you lose it. You'll never make it. And I realized that this would mean I would have to learn more than one language. In fact, I ended up being able to preach in 4. And yet I didn't have the encouragement to learn, but nor the time set aside to learn. In our WEC world, generally speaking, we do give time for people to learn a language where appropriate. And we must treasure that, because learning the heart language is one of the keys to winning hearts. I just remember in Africa, because I spoke a number of African languages, some better than others, but as soon as I heard the accent of somebody and I realized their mother tongue was different, I would switch. They were my friend for life, even though we could still communicate necessarily in English. But this really helped. And it gave me an entry into hearts and families that I've never regretted. But also it can define one's ministry. If you make the investment in learning a language, it's that much harder to consider alternatives, because you've made that investment, you now want to use it. And one of the languages I learned a bit of, I ended up doing Bible translation with another African brother. I didn't expect that. But because I'd made the effort, it enabled me to get involved in other ministries. So my strong recommendation is learn languages and don't give up. Even if you start later in life, one of the things they've learned in recent years, you don't have to be under 30 to learn a language well. It just may take a bit longer, but it's not ability, it's desire in learning languages, and this I'm convinced of. There is ability and people can learn quicker, but the issue is, do you really want to speak in a way that you could really communicate with the people you want to reach?